Total Bellas, Season 1, Episode 2. If you are not watching this show, you are doing life wrong. Why? Spoiler alert. Well, I mean, it's a recap column, so it's all spoilers. The single most important thing you need to know about this episode is that Lana breaks kayfabe. Brie goes to the performance center, and in the voiceover, she's just like, oh, I went to work out with Lana, who's one of our divas. And then they show Lana, the Ravishing Russian, and then she opens her mouth, and it's like, do you remember the first time you ever saw one of those E-Trade commercials with the baby that talks like an adult? And on the one hand, it is entertaining, and you know, you got used to it and it was normal. And then on the other hand, like, it's a baby talking like an adult, which is bizarre and unsettling and unexpected. It's kind of like that. And I'm still, like, processing it. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It might take some time for me to know how I feel about it. Another disturbing thing that happens in this episode is that Brie Bella talks a lot about how much she and her husband, Brian Danielson, are into Kama Sutra. Anyway, apparently part of their challenge is that Brian doesn't do quickies. This was discussed last week. There's a whole process, and he talks about this process with his wife and her twin sister about how he needs it to be a sensory experience. He likes to relax. He likes to light candles and enjoy the sounds and the smells. Brie walks Nikki through their whole lovemaking process, which involves like a salt lamp and I don't know. Anyway, Brie and Brian try having a quickie. They don't like it, and ultimately what it turns into is that Nikki criticizes Brie for not taking a shower afterward. Meanwhile, Nikki finally reveals to Brie that the reason that she's been such a pain in the ass about wanting them to do things like run errands with her and do her spray tanning for her is that she actually misses John because she thought that since they were both injured at the same time, which, by the way, talk about situations that don't arise in most of our normal marriages. She thought they were going to be spending a lot more time together, but instead John is rehabbing basically like 18 hours a day, and Nikki can't exercise, and so she's just like sitting on the couch counting calories and hanging out with her sister and brother-in-law. So she misses John, and then John eventually, they talk it out, and the Full House music plays, and everything's fine. Finally, John Laurinaitis, who is Mama Bella's boyfriend, soon to be step-papa Bella, Johnny reveals that he wants to get Kathy, Mama Bella, to sign a prenup. And so talks about this with John Cena, who is the man who made his girlfriend sign a 75-page contract to move into his house. And then Daniel, who probably, like, I mean, their marriage vows are probably based on, like, some ancient unwritten contract from a, you know, sacred text. I don't know, had like artisanally sourced from a responsible marriage farming practices commune. Anyway, JJ tells Brie about the prenup. Brie tells Mama Bella. Mama Bella gets mad and flips out on speakerphone. And the upshot of it is that she's not really mad about the prenup because it's something they had already talked about. She's mad that he had talked about it with everyone in the family before talking about it with her, or while talking about it with her, unclear. Like, they had talked about it. Anyway, the bottom line is that Johnny makes this very reasonable point, which is that if he's a member of the family, he should be able to seek advice from his family members. And everyone agrees, and they all make up. But I don't want any of this to bury the most critical thing that happens in the episode, which is that Lana breaks kayfabe. Lana. It's like, you learn to really believe in something, like one true thing. Like, no matter what happens, there are certain constants. And the one constant is Lana does not break kayfabe. Until tonight.